A Short History of Progress, Chapter 1, Gauguin's Question. This book begins with Gauguin's background, his search for meaning in life and for the primeval man. In 1897, Gauguin's favorite child, Henri, had died suddenly from pneumonia. After a few months, the artist harnessed his grief to produce this painting. He claimed it was the best work he'd ever completed. It's meant to be read from right to left. We can see the birth of man on the right. He symbolizes the start of life. In the middle, a young adult plucking the fruit. He represents the growth of life. On the left, an old woman prepares to die. That shows death and the end of life. In this painting, like the Victorian age itself, he required new answers to the riddle of existence. He wrote the title on the image. Three childlike questions, simple yet profound. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? The last question is the focus on the book, using the answers to the first ones for direction.
Here I'm going to talk about another main idea in chapter 1, the progress trap. Here's a quotation from the book. In Paleolith, people learned how to kill two mammoths after they can kill one. This was progress. But when people learned how to kill 200 by driving a whole herd over a cliff, the progress has made too much. People lived high for a while, and then they starved. What caused this? It's because people at that time did not consider sustainability, and their seemingly wise behavior destroyed them. Another example of progress trap is the nuclear bomb. Ever since Chinese invented gunpowder, this has been great progress in making of things, from the firecracker to nuclear bomb. And when the thing we can make can blow up our world, we have made rather too much progress. So, about our progress trap is caused by making too much progress. When people realize that they promote the world in a quite dangerous position, they consider that human self-made progress trap in the meanwhile of developing the civilization. They start to consider about the deep past as innocent and unspoiled which just like Gauguin's theory. Here's a question. What will be the effect of this progress trap? And we're going to talk about it later.
The debate over the path of human progress gets most heated when we reach our controversial cousins, the Neanderthals. They lived mainly in Europe and Northwest Asia in the last 1/20th of the human journey. Neanderthals appeared about 130,000 years ago and disappeared about 100,000 years later. People think they are cavemen, a subhuman, knuckle-dragging breed, but evidence came to light that they had not only cared for their sick, but also burned their dead with religious rites, with flowers and orchards and animal horns. They are the first people on earth known to do so. Their brain turned out to be bigger than our own. Cro-Magnons lived south of the Mediterranean and the Neanderthals north before the two began to compete in Europe. Both of them were roughly the same height, between 5 and 6 feet tall, but one was built for strength and the other for speed. The Neanderthals was heavier set and brawny, and the Cro-Magnon was lighter and more graceful. The variation between them does not fall far outside the range of the modern humans. At the end of the long struggle between them, Neanderthals was gone forever.
Human beings are accelerating evolution. In the book A Short History of Progress, it says the old Stone Age lasted from the appearance of tool-making hominids nearly 3 million years ago, until the melting of the last ice age, about 12,000 years ago. It spans more than 99.5% of human existence. It might take 100,000 years for a new style of technique to be developed in the Old Stone Age. Most people living in the Old Stone Age would not have noticed any cultural changes at all. But nowadays, human beings evolve so quick. We learned in childhood are outdated by the time we are 30, and few people past 50 can keep up with their culture. Because the environment changes faster than before, we need to evolve to adapt to the new environment, and also because science and technique have improved rapidly. The tools become more complicated. At the same time, the tools force people to adapt to their complexity. It accelerates the pace of human evolution.